Wolfie Wolf Dog asks, hey, Kev, do you have any personal stories or memories with Road Warrior Hawk? He seemed to have so much natural charisma and ability and died much too soon.
No, I wasn't around him very much.
No. Joe at all? Animal? No.
Oh, I was around Joe a lot. Joe's, yeah.
What'd you think of the Road Warrior? Gimme.
I saw him at the Omni.
Huh?
So I was friends with the Steiner brothers. Before I ever got in the business.
Right.
We all trained at the same gym in Marietta Coffee's gym. And Scotty had just joined Robbie. And this was still NWA. It still hadn't turned to WCW yet. And it was the tag teams were Doom, Steiners, Road Warriors, Skyscrapers. I think those are the big ones.
Yeah.
They used to come out to Iron Man.
Yeah, tremendous. Sabbath.
Then the Steiners came out to Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses.
The big rock and roll points for that match. You know what I think of when I think of Hawk? And, the badass, of course, image, and then they added the spikes and all that shit into the pads. There's a video. I don't know if I told you about this already.
Is this the one that we watched? They're in the locker room.
They're fucking... All the boys, the locker room is like a 5th grade classroom.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Hawk's falling off the chair. They're doing funny voices. Sting is making these ridiculous faces in the mirror. They show you how to make a gig. My favorite part of it is Dusty's always off about 50 yards away from wherever the action is. I guess booking. He was, running the show back then. It was Great American Bash, like 88 or something like that. And so it's always like the first time you see Dusty. It's like all this shit going on. They pin the camera. And there's Dusty. Dusty looks, waves, smiles. Would have loved to work for Dusty.
You know what it reminds you of the home movies used to have of Christmas? Dusty was always like Uncle Chuck opening his gift when he came over at 4:00.
That's right. That's
getting a Banlon fucking shirt.
And it's really funny. Ellering is in the video, and he legit. They always talked about him being. He used to come out with the Wall Street Journal, right? That was the gimmick. But they gave him that because he would sit and read the paper backstage while all these shenanigans are going on with the giant men-child of the business. And he's reading out a Field and Stream magazine, and they're like, "What are you doing, Paul?" He's like, "Well, I'm going to be going up to Alaska, so I'm checking the fishing and the personalities of these guys, the unique personalities caught by gorgeous Jimmy Garvin on his new video camera, which is probably the size of a refrigerator at the time.
Right.
You have to throw on your shoulder." OIF09 Vet says, during a Hogan promo besmirching Flair, Stevie Ray and Virgil start jabbering at each other until it eventually turns to fisticuffs. You watch intently, like the bouncer you are, for a few, until it's broken up. Was it a shoot or a work? If so, why?
I saw that somewhere, and I was like, fuck, man, I don't even remember that.
It looked like worked punches, though, the way how they were hitting each other. They grappled and then they were punching each other's back, from what I remember.
Yeah, if it was a shoot, Stevie would have knocked him out.
And you also probably would have remembered that because it probably would have been talked about for a while.
No, I just don't remember it.
I'm going with work on that, Vet.
Amen.